Check 1 2, check 1 2. Miami on the Rocks, Casey Chopz. Please make sure you follow us on that Instagram at MIA on the Rocks. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Apple Music. If you want to see the visual, make sure you follow us. Subscribe on YouTube.
Who's us?
You know what? When people be like, you know how I just feel like I don't like talking about me. Like, follow me. So when I say follow we, like we working, it's me working. But like
that's what I'm figuring.
It doesn't feel as selfish to say, you know, we working, or like, it's not I'm working. That sounds kind of like braggadocio, you know what I mean? Like,
nah. It's you, right?
All right, follow me, but it's the brand. It's we. I got to make people think I have a team, bro.
Oh, then lead with that.
Okay, we'll do that. Follow us. There we go. Follow us, MIA on the Rocks. Follow us on YouTube. I got a homie, he bodied. I did a show, the Only in Dade show. It was a drive-in comedy show / DJ show. And I haven't been impressed with a stand-up comedian in person in a very, very long time. So this guy killed it. And I was like, yo, I have to invite him on the podcast. And, you know, we've been vibing ever since. I got Gene Harding with me. How are you, sir?
I'm amazing.
You good?
Dude. Yeah, man.
Solid?
Yo.
So, bro, you killed that show, bro. That was something different for us, right? Like, as far as me as a DJ, as far as you as a stand-up comedian, we had to DJ to cars. And both of what we do, we feed off the crowd. Like, we have to see faces. We have to see what people's reactions are to things. And being in a car, you can't see any of that. So my job and your job, that was the first time I ever did some shit like that.
Yo, first of all, it didn't seem like it was your first time. That's how dope it was, right? Mm-hmm. Like everybody was it was just, I'm the only idiot that was on outside. Like, I don't know nobody there, right? Mm-hmm. So I got booked for the gig. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Mm-hmm. But y'all seem so cool with it. I'm like, yo, you know, we about to do a comedy show with DJs in the background to a bunch of trucks and Honda Civics, right? You understand that, B? Like, we about to be in a parking lot of Walmart and we got to tell these jokes. It's hard enough to do that in front of human beings, like in a regular setting.
Facts.
So you can understand my fear when I was getting on that stage. And honestly, the music saved it.
Right. Bro, when I first got there, because I was the first person to DJ, and I'm getting there, the cars are pulling, and I'm here, like, if I was in a regular club, I would tell people, you know, either, you know, if you came with your best friend, put your arm around your best friend, right. Or I would tell people to do something, you know, put your hands up, which is the old school shit, or whatever, like, you know, point to your best friend, or whatever it is, tell people to do something. And I'm like, damn, I can't do that here. So what can I tell people to do? I'm like, boom, honk your horn. So I came up, you know, if you're with your best friend, honk your horn right now, you know, before the Spanish.
We needed that.
Right.
Because you set the tone, first of all.
Yeah.
You set the tone so that people could let us know that it's a good thing, a good emotion that they having when they honk and they flash the lights. So once you did that, it started like the momentum. So now when we telling our jokes and they really feeling it, not only are they dying laughing in their car, because you can see some of them doing that, but you can hear it. Bum, bum, bum,
yeah.
Bum, flash.
You said, you know, I remember you said, I don't know if one of y'all got Tourette's or like, yo, dudes was honking. And Gene said, yo, I don't know if y'all really like me or you got Tourette's.
That's exactly what I said. But that was my attempt at letting them know that they are still real to me. Mm-hmm.
Did the horns and the lights help you?
Nah,
like, it's to know if the rhythm was going good? Like,
nah, listen, it was just like, I was about to give a real bad analogy, but I'm gonna just fall back on that.
Okay.
But it's not that it helped, it's just that once I knew what the product was gonna be, then I enjoyed it. Like,
yeah,
I ain't have no other option.
Yeah.
I can't give in right now.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was my first time doing a show where the accolades is coming from their cars. There was nobody outside. Now, I can hear y'all laughing on the side. I heard the laughter from the left of me off stage, but the people was showing love. Like, they was like, bam, bam, getting in. And so even though a lot of times they wasn't able to hear the next joke, they was still so high off the last one. Yeah. They didn't care. That they was just going through their shit. And it was...
Well, I walked around during your set, bro, and I was literally cracking up, bro. And you went for, how long did you go for? Pause.
25 minutes.
Really, bro? That shit felt like 45 minutes. Like, it felt like a long time. That
I cut myself. I was supposed to only do like 15 to 20.
Wow. Bro.
But it was
You were
going
just-
so smooth.
Yeah, you were
though.
rolling, bro, flowing, bang, bang, bang. And people were feeling it and I was cracking up, bro.
But it was dope. Like, did you get to hear it inside somebody's car though?
Nah.
Because that was a different thing.
No,
though.
no. Well, I was in the back
Mm-hmm.
by coolers and shit, and they had you on in the car, but it was loud. We were listening from the outside.
No way.
Yeah, like
So
you know?
when they speakers on some blast.
Yeah, I was
and
listening
shit.
through the speakers and shit.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you couldn't hear back in the back. You had to be
Right.
close to a
Right,
car that
right,
was playing
right.
loud, you know?
Because I did some laps too throughout the show, but I didn't get to enjoy it like people was doing inside their car where it sounded like it was playing off a serious radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sounded dope like that.
Yeah, that was fire. And I was wondering if the music translated the same way, like if you know? But I got Gene Harding in here, bro. So how long have you been doing stand-up?
11 years. 11 years. When people ask me that, man, that's like, I did it for 11 years, but I thought I was funny for way longer. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you probably were. You were the funny guy, the class clown probably, right? Like,
I was better than the class clown though, son. Like the class clown was trying too hard.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're from New York though, right?
I was low key shy. That might be a lie too. like I didn't want to be in the front. I just didn't like to not be there.
Okay.
So I didn't try hard. I just said and did shit in school
Yeah.
that just kind of moved me there, and I just kind
Got
of
you.
went with that.
So when did it come to the point where, like, maybe, okay, now it's like I'm rehearsing for my first show in the mirror, trying to put a set together. Like, how did that come? Or did you just get drunk one night on a random stage and just kill that shit naturally without just...
Look, I said in my life that I was never gonna get married. I moved down to Florida. I got married. So I said to myself, yo, money, if you could get married, you could do anything.
Yeah. Damn.
So I just, right after my marriage, I went and did my first open mic. And most first open mics is supposed to be whack. Like, everybody's gonna tell you the story. Like, their first open mic was trash.
Yeah,
and as it's supposed to be.
Yeah. You're nervous.
For whatever reason, mine just wasn't.
Wow.
Right? And that was the gift and the curse though, because it was so dope, my very first one, it gave me the balls to keep doing it. But if it was whack, I probably would have quit.
Wow. That's crazy.
Now, some of the great ones that tell you that their first one was trash, they had the perseverance or the determination or the discipline to keep going. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I would have been like, nah, this shit ain't working.
So what do you think made you cool to be in front of a crowd like that? Like, did you grow up like in front of crowds and in front of big people talking to people? Or was that was your first time on stage and you just felt comfortable?
I did some plays back in college, but I did that for the girls though. My professor told me, she said this in front of the class, and there was this girl sitting next to me in my college speech class. And the professor said, yo, Gene, why don't you try out for the play? And I tried to play it all like, please, I don't do plays. But the shorty next to me.
What's the play like Scarface?
Nah, it was some old school classical joint.
Got you.
But the girl that I was liking was next to me and was like, I love plays. I'm like, oh
damn, you
God,
gotta
I'm
dive
about to
in,
do this
bro.
play.
Yeah.
So the professor was like, come to the audition. I audition. I get this small part in this play, Moliere, some classical joint. And I played this. I played the small parts. I murdered it. I mean, I low key murdered it.
Murdered the play. That's
I
tough.
murdered the play, son. And then they cast me the following year, like my senior year, for the lead role. Then I just started doing plays. So I got over that fear of talking in front of people. And plus, real talk, like I didn't really have that fear. A lot of people got that. I just didn't have it though. I grew up in an era where hip hop was just coming up, so it was a lot of freestyles. Now I wasn't a freestyler. I was one of the dancing dudes that got in the middle of the dance floor.
Where in New York you from?
Born in the Bronx, high school in Queens. I moved to Brooklyn for a year, so I don't really count Brooklyn.
Every borough.
Right, I don't count Brooklyn, but I was there. But Bronx and Long Island was the last part of my New York.
You go back often, or?
I mean, who goes back anywhere often now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
the plane's done been shut down.
How is it for you? As far as that being your hometown, as far as your stand up comedy connecting, like, do you go over there and do shows? And
Nah, so I do go and do shows, but I started my comedy down here. So this is my world has started down here in Florida.
Right, but I would say your humor has like a New York kind of vibe to it.
Nah, so my accent does.
Right. Okay.
My accent does. I mean, I left New York. It's been what, about 15 years actually. Because after New York, I went to LA. So I lived in LA for like 3 years, and I came to Florida. But I mean, I still rep New York because it's in my blood. I left so late. It's not like I left New York when I was 2, and then I came down there. I left there like in my 30s.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So that's in my blood. But
how do shows go for you over there?
Nah, son. My first show leaving South Florida when I started comedy down here. My first show in New York, I ate a dick.
Damn. In New York?
Yes, damn, I ate it. Yo,
like on some Apollo shit?
Yeah. I opened up for my man saw me doing a show at a comedy club in New York, right? He was in the back. He didn't know I was going to be on because I ain't seen him in a while since college. He was in the back. He saw me. I murdered it. He hit me up after, like, yo, come do this show in Harlem. Of course. So I fly back up to New York, go do the show. I'm opening up for Ashy Larry. Donnell Rawlins is doing the show. And it's in Harlem somewhere. It's down in the basement, but they got the mics going everywhere. So they got DJs everywhere in the spot. I do the show. I think I went up, like the host went up, then I go up like first. And I'm talking about trash.
Damn.
All the jokes that I was killing in South Florida, I brought them shits to New York.
It's different, bro, right? It's a different world.
My dude.
It's a different world, bro.
They gave me that look like, your money, take that elsewhere.
Damn. Pack it up.
And I was so new to the game, I didn't know how to take that kind of defeat. So I didn't know it was a loss. I mean, I knew I ain't hear no laughter, but it didn't break my soul. Yeah. So when I got off the stage and I'm walking through the bar, I still was walking with this edge, like, oh, I just got off stage. Like, what up, everybody? And normally people would be like, yo, you was on stage, you did your thing. They want to get to know you. Yo, my dude, when I was walking that night, they was parting that shit like the Red Sea. Ain't nobody want to touch me.
Damn.
Like, I walked through a crowded club and ain't grazed nobody because they saw me as the dude that just ate the dick on stage. Yeah. And they was like, we out.
Damn, bro. Did that make you like, yo, I'm not fucking with New York anymore? Did that make you?
Nah.
Did that make you? Oh, okay. Because some people will come out of that like sour, you know, like, oh, I'm not going back to that market. Or,
then they're not from New York. Because being from New York, like, it gave me the street smarts. It gave me that resilience. But like being from New York taught me how to like be able to spot a woman with a dick a mile away. You know what I mean? Like, you can't catch me off guard no more. Like, that's the New York training camp.
Yeah. And I always say this, like, since Miami is like its own little world, that like it's easy for New Yorkers to relate to people from Chicago, from Philly, from DC, from Detroit, you know, but like once you come to Miami, we're like in our own little world. It's cool, but it's bad in certain aspects because once you leave Miami, a lot of your jokes and your style are not going to translate to people from up top, you know, even the West Coast. I mean,
you know what's so different about that though? Like, is that, so even New York is in their own little world, right? But the catch or the difference is every goddamn country on this planet is represented somehow, some way in New York.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Even to businesses, you can find an Ethiopian restaurant. You can find a Bangladesh grocery store. You can find all that shit. Everybody's represented in New York. So when people talk about New York as being like a small, narrow-minded or whatever, that's not the case at all. It's just that like New York is...
I think Miami's narrow-minded. That was my point.
I'm about to get to that for sure.
Yeah.
I know they are.
Yeah.
Because so the difference is, so we got the whole world up in New York.
Right.
So we don't really have to travel much to have known somebody that spoke a language from the Eastern Bloc.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or from Malaysia.
Right.
Whereas Miami, they rock with who they rock with. Yeah, you got Little Havana, you got Little Haiti, you got all these little towns, and they just rock with they got their own shit popping, and they don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems exclusive.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that.
Like, even for a black dude, like there's a lot of spots in like Miami, like they just never have a black dude come in there.
Right.
Because it's their own little town.
Right. But see, that's why I think the Only in Dade show that we just did, the drive-in show, defied that because I think most of those people in that crowd were Latin, bro. Were like Cubans and shit.
Yeah,
I would say, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but it didn't defy it though. It actually adds to it.
No, that's what I'm saying. That it didn't make it seem like it was separated. It made it seem like everyone just accepted you know what I mean? Like,
yo, first of all, that show was dope because so we living in a new world right now. Mad shit had to change about how you found comfort in this life. You know what I'm saying? Like back when you could go to the movies or just go to dinner or go chill at your boy's bar with a whole squad of you. None of that, you can't do that no more.
Right.
So you got to find a new way to find happiness.
Fact.
And that drive-in theater show, son, was so ingenious because everybody was socially distant.
Right.
We was on stage.
Right.
And you still got to be out. You got all your drugs, all your liquor, all your whatever you wanted to bring. It's your car.
Yeah.
It's your car. It don't matter.
It felt safe. It felt responsible. It felt like we weren't doing nothing wrong, and it was a success.
But nobody was doing anything wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
you're in your own car at a drive-in and you get to watch a comedy show, not just a regular, and you get to interact. So,
but in my mind, I was thinking before the show, I was like, yo, in my mind, people are gonna get out the car. People are gonna start running around, mingling, going to other cars, and that's what I thought. Well, after the drinks were flowing, you know what I'm saying? And I was surprised. I'm like, everyone's still in their car for the most part. People chilling on the hood, but like,
because you know what you was thinking? You was on some tailgating shit.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was, one big tailgating party.
Yeah.
But because of what we going through, people stayed. Like they might have seen people over there, like, yo, what up? But there was no people mingling and dancing. It was just, that was one of the best shows I ever did, B.
Yeah, bro. You killed it, bro. So you coming from New York, how do you feel about South Florida women? You like them? You like Miami girls?
I mean, they cool to look at. But you get to know them. I'll be like, oh my, you born and raised there? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pick that up.
Yeah, man, the F cat is just, you know.
Yo, are they even making it to that shit? Like, because you know what, like the competition, like they so bad down here that they catching on. Like, yo, ma, fuck that school shit. You don't need brain, and that's what it's like. So I mean, I'm sure there's some dope girls down here. Yeah, they got the looks and the brains.
I'm looking for it, Gene. I'm looking for it, bro.
And I'm not looking though. Yeah, low key. I'm at a different place in my head. Like I ain't looking no more. So
no, for me too.
There's probably dope ones in my circle I don't even know about.
Yeah.
But I'm just so focused on finally like investing my energy in me. You know what I'm saying? Like this, and I don't know what y'all picked up from this quarantine. There's a lot of people hated it, like being home. I got lucky where like I just broke up with my girl and I just got my place by myself. So I'm alone all the time. Like it was dope. Like I learning guitar. I'm learning Spanish, my dude.
Trust me, bro. I'm the same.
I'm doing things.
And then the thing is, you fall in love with your own space. That once you try to bring someone into your routine, it makes it tough because you're like in love with your solidarity. You know what I mean? Like that's me, bro.
But that's what you do is you audition that person though. Like if you bring somebody in the fold, like let her be in your situation and let you be you and see if it works. Yeah. Like if you find yourself like not being yourself while she's in your space, you know what I mean? But if you doing you, however you do you, I don't care what that is, and she's right there, and she don't comment, she don't make no fuss about it, and she just, then you could be like, all right.
Yeah, I need to find a woman who has something going on, so when I'm focused on my shit, like she could focus on hers, whether it's something that she does dope creatively, whether it's her job, just like a lot of these girls just, hey, what do you like to do? Oh, you know, I like to watch Netflix.
But wait, but why that voice, son? Why?
You know, my bad.
Yo, listen,
you know,
listen, that's the low key misogyny right there. I mean, you know,
how do you do it? Damn, was that that was misogynistic? I just wanted to switch to a lighter tone.
I'm just covering my eyes. I'm just covering my eyes.
Okay, you're covered. I'll step on the ledge.
I'm getting out the frame like you be doing, son.
I can step to the ledge.
Step out the frame.
But what do you do? You know, I like to watch Netflix. Okay, dope. You know, like, so I've had issues, bro, where it's like I'm doing my thing, you know, editing video, and it's just Netflix, like, or like, you know, I don't know, man. I gotta find a girl who has a hustle, who has a career, who's doing something with herself. I tend to stick to bartenders and waitresses and women from the club. So I need to like.
Ain't nothing wrong with that though. If they still got their own shit that they moving, why is that a problem that they bartenders and waitresses?
No. If they have something else that they're working on, like what do you do outside of that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So because the girls that you met that didn't have things going on outside of that, how did that mess you up?
Because I'm outside of my job, outside of DJing, like I'm at the club too. I'm getting nightclub money too, just like she would be. But the difference is during the week and shit, I'm hustling doing other things. Like I know I don't want to be in the nightclub my whole life. So I'm learning, editing, videos and things like that.
I get that. What I'm saying is, so the girls that you met ain't been letting you do that? Cause they
let me, but it's like I feel weird just having somebody just like around. I don't know, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just being like unproductive, like just there, because then I feel like I gotta like entertain her. I feel like I gotta like,
Oh, nah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
so that's on you then.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not letting them know that this is what I do and this is where my happiness comes from during the day. And if you want to share it, you're more than welcome to crash on my couch.
Right.
And watch whatever you want to watch while I do my shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some girls, they're going to be so down for your presence. Yeah. That don't mean like she ain't doing nothing in her life. It just means like, yo, I love that dude so much. I'm gonna just be in his essence right now, and then do your shit. You don't gotta entertain her. She don't need nothing. She knows where the fridge is.
Yeah.
She know where the bathroom is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
and
you're
that's
right.
the girl you gotta find.
You're right.
Like, yo, rock on, money. I'm gonna be right here. I got my food. She got her own bank account. She got her own car. She could bounce if she tired.
Yeah.
There's girls out there, man. I gotta say that because I know that.
That's interesting that you say that, bro, because it's like turning into a therapy session.
Nah, real talk. That's what these are.
Yeah, but my problem is that, like, bro, for example, I went on a date the other night, had a young lady over here, and we literally just talked for like 5 hours, right? I have this thing when I'm like, if I'm with women, I feel like I have to entertain them. I have to be making them laugh. Like, bro, it's something weird, bro. Like, I'll be in my car driving with my girl, and it's hard for me to just like put music in us vibe. I'm wanting to talk to her. Like I feel like I have to converse, Yeah. So when I'm here in my house with, whoever I'm dealing with, then it feels like I have that pressure on me. I guess I give it to myself to like want to, entertain her, make sure she's good. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to focus on my shit when half of me wants to like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
But that's just on you.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It ain't like you might have to call all your exes back and be like, yo, my fault, we got to do a retake.
Bro, I said this with Gooch G. I said, why is it that whenever I have like stand-up comedians on my podcast, we end up getting like super deep, like super...
Because we all psychos, son. Yeah. So we be knowing. Yo, as much as I think I'm one of the sane dudes left on this planet, we have to be psycho.
Right.
The good ones.
I believe that.
Right? To be able to like get a
think
little
off the
bit,
cuff and crate.
Like even like listen, like think about the best freestylers that probably never had an album. Never heard them outside, but we've been in some ciphers where we heard some dudes spit off the top of their dome, and you're like, yo, you have to be like unhinged up there to be able to come up with that shit so quickly and so smoothly.
Right.
Robin Williams did it though. Some of the best rappers did it.
Improvisation, right?
And then sadly, we see what Robin Williams was really going through. Like, so his brain got to him.
Yeah.
So we, as comedians, the good ones, we are psycho. But like, it's a matter of like
maintaining yourself, and it makes you want to medicate, right? Like drink a lot,
not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay. Some got the control where they know how to be just good human beings,
right?
In the public, like,
right?
Like I don't know if we allowed to drop names on this podcast.
Whatever, we could edit whatever out later if we decide to.
All right, cool. But one of the dopest human beings I ever met in the game, who had what it took to rock on stage, and more importantly, what it took to rock off stage, was D.L. Hughley. That human being, I met some dudes, man, but like that dude, he had a good control of his crazy, because DL would come off the cuff when people sit in the audience, and he just rip off the top,
right? And
just all his jokes, like he just did it in a way that So yeah, most comics we loose up here, and that's why the things can come out as fast as they do. But it's just a special kind of dude to be able to.
You got to control
filter,
it, right? You got to figure your
filter,
mind out, kind of like, and control
to filter, so we can still be in this world, right? And coexist with people that might be different from the way we think or the way we move. And a lot of people don't know how to do that, though. A lot of people don't know how to feel how you feel, but understand that there's other people that are out there that don't feel the way you feel. Like, I can't have the conversation about politics with a lot of people because they don't know how to
empathy, feel someone else's, like, step out of yourself and feel someone else's perspective. Just feel where they're coming from.
That's asking a lot. I didn't get to that level yet.
Oh shit.
Asking for empathy, that's high on the list. I'm talking about, like, just realizing or recognizing that person exists. We didn't even get to the forum yet where, like, I even understand your opinion. But can you acknowledge that we here? And then we can talk, and a lot of people just can't even do that.
Right.
And so you have a conversation with somebody about politics or whatever. And they get so mad and defensive.
Visceral,
and
like they
flared up and angry. And I'm like, Money, what is the real problem? You understand?
Yeah, like, that's a deeper issue within yourself.
What's the real problem?
Yeah.
You mad because I thought that if I went to the voting booth and I voted for this person, that's what makes me what, and so you so mad at why? Because, and I don't like that. Right. So I can't rock with a lot of, and it goes on both sides though. Right. I don't care if you rocking CNN or if you rocking Fox.
I got Gene Harding, Miami on the Rocks. Gene, plug all your social media for the people. Let them know where they can find you.
Yo, when I want to be found, you can find me on Instagram at Gene Harding. That's GENE. And I got to stress that because come down to South Florida, like, you automatically are Haitian. And I just don't like that. Not that shout out to my Zoes. I'm not
shout out all the Zoes.
I got a whole race of West Africans from Sierra Leone that I rep for that. So.
And as soon as they come, they hear your name and think automatically you're Haitian.
Oh, I'm Haitian all day. And then I can't go nowhere. I can't go to, like, if I go to a fast food joint and I give them my name and they write it down or put it in the computer. When I get my ticket back, it's always JEAN. And I'm like, yo, Money, come on, man. Like, can I get a shot? It's GENE Harding as in Tanya. No?
So, Gene, how is it, being a comedian in the dating life in Miami?
Oh, that could be hard. That could be hard because especially if you're a good comedian, you traveling. You know what I'm saying? So you gone all the time. That's what you want. And then trying to find a girl that you never met before, that you're trying to learn about. She's trying to learn about you, and you always gone every weekend. Yeah, it could weigh a lot on people, man.
That's why I say, like, this quarantine is like exposing relationships because people can't travel right now for the most part. So, like, you gotta be day in, day out with this motherfucker, and it's like,
homie, this quarantine has put relationships to the test. You better know that bitch before she gets up in the crib. Yeah. Like, and I'm talking about men and women. Like, dudes women have found out that the dude is the bitch for sure. Yeah. And you start your relationship, you meet a girl, couple of years in, you decide, yo, let's get a place together. You got your job, I got my job, our schedule works out. We come together when it's perfect. And then the quarantine came through and shut that shit down. Now y'all all in the same crib. You and his badass kids or her badass kids ain't even yours. Day in and day out. I learned a lot from other people's relationships from this quarantine. Cause mad people broke up. Mad people couldn't sustain that shit.
Right.
So for me personally, like, I got lucky. Like, I broke up with my girl right before the quarantine.
Ooh, nice. It's like right before Valentine's Day. You missed it. Like,
around that, but I'm saying it's nice, but actually now that I think about it, I could have jumped off a building, because I ain't have nobody. Like, we couldn't even fly nowhere. We couldn't meet up no more. So, you know how you be having that breakup sex, and you still trying to figure out if you're gonna work it out, so y'all still see each other. Sometimes it's even better than it was when y'all was in a relationship. We didn't have that, because as soon as we broke up, like, boom, like, stop flying, no more traveling, everybody's home. So a lot of that grieving pain happened by myself. And
the dating game changed, bro. When everything is closed right now for quarantine, like I usually would never invite, you know, a woman to my house on the first date. You know what I'm saying? I would go out, get drinks, you know what I mean? But I'm having to go in my bag like, hey, I normally wouldn't do this. But given the circumstance, I went in my white bag. I was like, given the circumstances of the climate of what we're dealing with during this pandemic, you know, one of the only things we could do right now is just, I can invite you to my house. We hang out and, you know, you are kind of right. My bad. I didn't mean to hit you with the voice.
I knew the voice was coming. I mean,
you do have a point.
Yo, let me tell you something about that. I'm the total opposite. Like, once I got my crib by myself, nobody else did, my shit was a brothel. If I met you at the corner store, you invited to my house.
Damn, Gene.
Because I had roommates before, I lived with a girl before, so I didn't really have like my own spot by myself. Because the spots I lived in was expensive.
Okay.
New York was expensive. Okay. LA was expensive.
Okay.
So when I came down to Florida and I could have my own crib by myself, yo, I swear to God, I was.
So you got the bar, you got the drinks, you turned into your own little club, like.
Oh, my house, my crib. Like I said, I didn't vet a girl out to see if she. If I got your name, yeah, that's your name. Cool. Here's my number. Meet me at my spot. Come through. I mean,
that's tough though, because most women won't do that, bro. Most women.
No. But I mean, I would offer it. So
right. Of course.
Those who took it, right?
Okay.
But I'm talking about like the ones that willingly came and just chilled, right? Mm-hmm. They like all the stories weren't like success stories.
Right.
Like I had some horror shows.
Right. Do I want to, like, what type of horror shows?
I met this girl at the bar. Mm-hmm. Right. We at the bar at the Hard Rock at the casino. Mm-hmm. And I'm chilling. I'm feeling good. I'm by myself, and she's next to me. Now she's nice. She's already a little twisted, and she's telling me about how she was there playing poker, whatever, and she was with a homeboy. So I'm like, homeboy, man. Is that really your man? Like, oh no, this is my friend. We staying up here, but I'm like, all right, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, I'm leaving. I bought her a couple of drinks. I'm leaving. She goes, I want to come with you. Cool.
Oh,
come on.
Oh man.
We go back to my crib, my dude. As soon as we walk in, she got butt naked. This is me, like, I'm, you know, for the real gentlemen that are still out in the world, right? Mm-hmm. For me, I don't count it as official that it's going down until it's actually going down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. No.
I don't put my money like, yo, I'm about to knock something down tonight.
Yeah, you don't get too hype until...
at all.
That's smart.
At all.
That's smart.
Because it gives room for her to be like, nah, you know what? I changed my mind. Get the fuck off of me.
Right.
Then I'm like, all right, my fault. And I grab my shit and I bounce.
Yeah, you're going to make sure she goes all the way. But we putting the ball in her court.
This is you. This is your world.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I just fall back. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, I'll take my blue balls and go home. I'll Google a chick that look just like her and be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pornhub page 5.
Right.
Like,
page 5? What's that?
Yeah. No, like on the 5th page, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get to, like, you'll find one that looks like her in the first 5 pages, you know?
Bet. I'll try that out. Shit.
Yeah, you know?
So that being the case, man, so like, it's not official that it's going down until it's actually going down. Like, I have to be... once I see the motion, then I'm like, all right, cool.
It's fucking lit.
It's official. Thank you. I shake a hand, contract, and then we're good, right?
Yeah.
Before then,
sign it, bro, because I don't play with that. You know, they have an app that you could get consent right here. Like, yo, sign my phone real quick. Sign the app. This is the consent agreement. Like, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right. It's going to that level, bro. Like, and they have the app. Like, if I'm famous, if I'm Justin Bieber, yeah, you're probably gonna have to sign this app.
But is that app a video too though? Because any clown can just sign it himself though.
You're right. Well, it's a contract. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's got to be a way that they can find out.
Maybe there is a video, like of her saying.
It's got to be that.
Yes.
Because any dude could take her finger and be like, yo, here.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of weird dudes out there.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
But the girl comes into my crib. As soon as she walks in, gets butt naked. Took off all her clothes. We ain't say a word. We ain't even kissed yet. Right? I'm like, oh, she's ready, I guess. Right? I go in the kitchen to make some drinks. She's in my bed sleeping, butt naked sleeping. So I'm like, all right, put the drinks down. I go into bed, try for a little kissing. She's like, get off me, get the fuck off me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
like I'm bugging now,
yeah.
B. I'm like, Ma, are you, this for real?
Yeah.
Because I don't do drugs like that. I don't know the effect. I'm assuming it's drugs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know the effect that it's gonna have on people. So I'm like, Ma, what you mean? Like you just had me drive. You could have easily stayed with your friend at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
But this is me trying to talk to what I thought was a rational person.
Yeah.
Get the fuck. I'm like, yo, okay, I get the fuck off you, but I'm just. So she's yapping. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I went and got my phone, put it on video, and I videotaped the whole thing.
B, I had to.
Yo, my dude, I videotaped a show that I have never shown the world. I probably will never.
Bro, I did the same exact thing. I have a story that's like the same exact thing, bro. I've told this story before, but I was with my girl at the time, bro, and I'm DJing. I never take my girlfriend to work, but she came with me to work. I'm DJing, and after we're done, I'm going around the club to the promoters table, saying what's up to the promoters, and I saw this girl hosting, and my boy who pays me was right next to her. I lean into this girl, I'm like, nice to meet you. You know, I do radio, you do radio. We have mutual friends. You're from New York. Pleasure to meet you. And I guess I was leaned in too long, and my girl, bam, flipped out. Like security had to yoke her up. So now we're leaving. My boys are with me too. My boys are in the back seat. I'm driving home. She just bugged out in front of everybody, in front of my business clients, everything. I'm driving and she's in my face like, maldito gringo, like this, touching me like this, bam, bam, bam. I'm like, yo, my boys are in the back, like, yo, she's gonna kill you, bro, when you get home. I get to the crib, they leave. Oh no, halfway through the ride, now she's trying to touch me, like, Papi, I'm sorry. Like she like went from angry to like horny, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, don't touch me. Like you just wild out in front of my clients and people. Like, I'll talk to you tomorrow, you know? We got to my crib and she won't like give me my space. I'm like, yo, sleep in my bed if you want. I'm gonna sleep on the couch and we'll talk tomorrow. We'll figure it out. But she wouldn't give me my space, bro. She would literally like a zombie. And I would walk over here,
She was drunk?
Drunk.
Oh, you should have led with that though.
Super drunk. Yeah, we're leaving the club 5 in the morning.
No, but were you drunk?
Not really.
Right. So I don't know the level.
Right. But so she's not thinking rationally. And finally I'm like, yo, if you're gonna be like this, just leave. She goes, oh, you want me to leave? Boom. Fucking runs out my crib, goes right to her car, goes, backs up into a tree, 5 in the morning, bam. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
No.
So now neighbors come out, like 2 neighbors came out, and she gets out, runs into my house. Now her car's in a tree. I'm backing it out, and I go to my neighbor. I'm like, yo, what should I do? Should I call the cops? Like, she's wilding. And then my neighbor goes, yo, you never know. She might say you did something to her. And I was like, put like a in my head, like, yo, she could lie and say I did, you know? So what I do, she's in my crib in my bathroom, locked in my bathroom. I take out my phone and I hit record and I go up to her in the bathroom and I just start interviewing her like, yo, why would you do something like this? I did it because da-da-da-da-da-da. Like I have it on record of me clearing my name. You know what I'm saying? That's how scary this time is in right now. So you saying that you had to record and put everything on me, bro, I had to do the same thing, bro, because
did the cops show up though?
I didn't call the cops. I asked a lady.
Nobody else did though.
No one. Thank God. 2 neighbors came out and I diffused the situation. She's drunk. This car. I backed it out of the tree, put it into the parking spot.
Well, what happened though? So like the next day, like
so then she, bro, she's in my bathroom and I hear my razor. Gzzz. I'm like, yo, what is this? What is this chick doing, yo? And
wait, the face razor or the balls razor? You use the same ones.
Yo, Gene, I got the little one and I got the big razor with the clip-ons, you know? So what I do is if I'm on my balls, I put the one. I put the one for my one, and then I'll take the little one and get the tight spaces in my balls, you know, in between my balls.
I use the same one, son. My balls is just as smooth and clean as my face. Fuck out of here. I'm good. I put a little alcohol, a little dip, a little oil, but it's the same clippers. I don't need to.
I wash it. You know, I'm not going straight face to balls like we're not doing.
Zin, zin. No, I do the face first. Zin, zin, and then I bring it downtown. Then the next time I see it be like a month, and I act like I don't know the dude. And I just bring it. All right, man.
I thought about Gene. I was like, damn, do I need like the balls clipper and the face clipper separate ones? You know?
I thought about that too. I'm like, yo, I live by myself. I don't care.
Yeah.
They both smooth.
And I never break out, so I'm good.
At all, right.
You know what I mean?
That's what
like,
I know.
I'm good. If I started breaking out, like...
I'm like, yo, I don't trust my balls no more, but... You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we're sick, yo. But anyway, yeah. So I had that same... I had that same shit. Yeah. So I had to film someone before too, just to clear my name. But that scares the shit out of me. That's why I don't be having girls in my crib like that, like I did in my early 20s.
Right.
Now, late 20s, early 30s, like. You got to be special to come into my crib, bro, because a girl could say anything she wants, and just the accusation is a killer. It could be anything. She could say anything.
You're
bro.
right, but so I don't let that happen no more.
Right.
Like for you to come to my crib, even if it's the first time,
right?
You got to be.
You know we're kind of.
You got to be on all. You got to be of sound mind and body
facts.
to come to my crib.
That's a fact.
Like, so what happened that night was we met at the bar and she was already wasted.
Okay.
And I didn't know the level. And so I said, yo, come on. And then we get there, and then whatever she took effect. And now I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
So you're not coming to my crib wasted. If I meet you at a bar,
stumbling and shit,
Nah, we
grown.
You mean my girls are drunk? Nah, you know what? Just stay over there.
Yeah.
Come over when you sober.
Right.
You know, of sound mind and body.
Right.
And come chill in my crib.
Right. You can have some drinks, be a little drunk, come through, but if you out here stumbling or not even able to talk, there's a line that you cross.
You're not coming here. You're not coming here, man.
Yeah. That's just
I just don't want that problem. Like, I just don't. And I feel bad for the women that can't just party like that and just go wherever they want because some idiot done messed it up.
Right, exactly.
So, because
there's a lot of creepers out here, bro.
You could come here and crash out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'll sleep in my bed.
Sleep in my bed.
Yeah. And you have
but you won't know that because you can't trust it.
And then that first night that you don't do it, she'll be like, "Oh my God, he didn't even try to like sleep with me," and she's gonna get more turned on to sleep with you the next time.
Right.
But a lot of dudes can't resist that first urge,
and they can't wait. And I'm not on that. I'm so patient. I'm so cool. Like I just don't need it. Like first of all, I want me and her to be in that shit mentally at the same time.
Facts.
Like,
facts.
If a girl ain't really feeling you, she ain't really.
You know, you could tell by the kiss. You could tell by her rhythm. Is she touching you?
She ain't really rocking with you, money. Like, what you doing?
But a lot of these dudes can't read the situation. They press the issue like off false readings. You know, like they don't know how to read
because
her rhythm.
But they're going off their own scan, like their own shit.
How they feel.
Right. That's all they going off.
They're not even reading how she feels
at all. They haven't scanned hers yet.
Yeah.
So they just going off theirs, and their barometer is telling them, "Yo, you should do this.
I'm feeling this.
And then she's like, "Money, you're not even reading the signs."
Yeah, fellas, let me tell you this: if you want to know if you should go in for a kiss, or you want to know if you should try to take that step, she's gonna be touching you already. And while you're talking to her, if she's touching your thigh, if she's, you know, some girls do this, they're just friendly. So I'm not saying if as soon as she touches your thigh one time, then you go in for the kiss. I'm not saying that. Don't read it wrong. But I'm saying you could tell from a woman's body language, if she's touching you in conversation, if she's laughing, if you're making her laugh, then she's touching your thigh. If she, you know what I mean? Like there's certain things you read, then you'll be like, okay, she's giving me rhythm. It might be cool for me to go in and try to do, you know.
Let me just stop you right there. I ain't been that graceful.
Okay.
I ain't been that dude. I wish I had listened to this podcast before a few of my endeavors, right? But I'm that dude that like, I didn't get a lot of that physical shit from a girl on that date, but in my brain, I thought she wanted the kiss.
You're the guy who has an amazing personality. So I'm sure when you go on a date with women, you're making them laugh.
No. I'm only listen. It's just like on stage. Mm-hmm. I'm only making those laugh that rock with me.
Got
like
you.
As dope as any comedian is. Mm-hmm. If you don't rock with them, you just don't rock with them. There's going to be a lot more than just your staple moves that's going to get this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you might think I'm personable. Mm-hmm. There's some chicks that don't fuck with a dude like me.
Got you.
Right? So I'm on a date with that girl. Tinder, blind date, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And our vibes ain't because maybe I'm too alpha, maybe she too alpha.
Not everyone's going to mesh with everybody.
Right.
That's a fact.
So that's been happening. So sometimes my personality will make a bitch like nah, she like... And I don't. I'm only saying bitch because it's that one bitch in particular.
No, bro, you
don't
have to catch yourself.
I'm just saying that because I remember this one time. This chick, I go on a date with her, right? Mm-hmm. I knew I didn't like her, but I didn't know. I didn't know the rules of the dating game. So we at Fridays, and the waitress brought the bill. This is before like I knew how to tip. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. I was 19. Mm-hmm. And the waitress brought the bill, and it was like $19, and we only had like a round of drinks. Mm-hmm. It was like $19 and like 48 cents, right? And then she comes back with my 52 cents change. But I felt like, no, I'm lying. The date was going good at that moment. It went sour later. It was going good at that moment. But so I'm feeling good, and the waitress came back and brought me back my 52 cents change. And I was like, yo, man, just keep that. And I gave her the 52 cents tip, like, yo, man, it's going good over here. Like, yo, man. But when you do the tap though, son.
Oh, man.
Yo, that's when and then I became a waiter, right? And started bartending. And then some Miami Dolphin players came into the bar. One of the dudes that just got drafted, I ain't gonna drop his name, but he just got drafted. And so he got his check apparently. So he's there with his boys and he's ordering all kinds of Patron and he's partying. And I knew who he was. I'm like, yo, I'm proud of you, whatever. And then he got the bill. The bill was like $75. And I remember because the way I was, this personality, right? At the end, he gave me $80. Like, yo, Gene, you one of the best waiters I ever had. And I was like, I'm looking at it like it's $75. So you left me, you gave me $80. So that's $5 carry. So that's $5 that you left me, son. Like that's that's the tip. That's how much you feel about me. But I didn't say that to him like that.
Right.
What I did was I took him to the side. I was like, yo, we ain't have no problems with the bill, right? And with the service. He was like, nah, you was dope. I was like, oh, because my manager gonna think I wasn't shit.
That's a good approach. That's a dope approach.
You left $5. So when I go tell him, he's gonna think that I wasn't.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, how was it? And I could see that look in his face, like he had never.
He genuinely didn't know
on how to tip. So he stood there like, yo. So I'm like, yo. So normally, right, what I do is I take that first digit and I just double it. So if the bill is $70, I take that 7, I double. That's 14. So that's like 14. That's 20%. So you add that. So $70. Yeah, so $70. So now you add $14 to it. So that's gonna be $84. So that's a good tip, right? But it was 75. So I do the math. So that's $15. You add that, whatever. So I just remember he just stood there. It was like looking in his face, like trying to. I'm gonna get what. So that's just pretty much how it works, and they will let us know that you really appreciate what we do.
Right.
He pulled out a 20, like, cause it was nothing to him.
Yeah.
But he just didn't know.
Wow.
Like I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's crazy. Most people would assume automatically that, he's a dickhead. He doesn't tip. He doesn't know. Like, people won't take the time to, like, look into a situation like that. You know what I mean?
But that's how we stereotype, too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we don't talk to somebody. Like, you don't know that, whatever. I don't know.
People don't try to come to understanding, to understand each other. And people just,
at all.
You do this, that's it.
At all, and then you take that stereotype, whatever is plastered in your brain, and you apply it to every human being that you meet every time, and you be like, your money, like, wait a minute, that Mexican was different, that black dude was different.
This Miami guy is different.
Right.
Women love that, Like,
so I don't subscribe to that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not giving me a shot, then you're not really worth.
Yeah.
And that's how I deal with the racism. That's how I deal with a lot of the shit that goes on down there. Because I'm like, yo, if you can't even separate and just let me be me, apply who I am to whatever.
Right. Like, don't come in here with your expectations and your assumptions. Like, bring all that, and that's with anything.
Expectations and limitations. Right. Because stereotypes come with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. You're coming into this relationship, like, whether it's a man and a woman or just two people on the street, you're coming in with assumptions based off your past. Based off, you know what I mean?
And I can't do that because your past is going.
Everyone is not the same,
right?
It's impossible.
And that's what. And I be telling people that about relationships too. Like a lot of girls, you meet some girls sometimes, and they come into the situation and they bring in that rah-rah. It's like date 2, and they bring in that rah-rah.
All that hurt from their last relationship.
Really?
All that.
Yo,
I'm
really?
not your ex.
Whatever you thought I asked you, that really wasn't. I just said, yo, what you want to eat? And you bugged out just now because...
But she probably has PTSD from something that she went through with someone wanting to ask what she wanted. You know what I mean?
And that's real shit that you just said, that PTSD. Because a lot of people downplay it like it's just for the military. Yeah. But people go through some shit and don't realize it. Like men and women. You know what I mean? Some dudes get messed up in the brain.
That ingrains your brain for like the few, bro. When I was like in 9th grade, I got into a little accident where I stopped quick and someone hit me in the back and my shit went like that. And it wasn't a bad accident at all. But guess what? From that day forward, every time I stopped quick, I look in my rear view to see if someone's gonna stop like hit me from the back. Pause. You know what I mean? Like,
that's where you was going with it? I thought you was about to be like, yo, after that accident, man, and yo, I jerk over with the left. Yo, I can't even pull it out with this, man. I didn't know where you was going.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, I'm always but that shit is crazy.
Things will affect you, man. Like, I met, when I was in 4th grade, Diana Cologne. I was crushing on her, right? I used to walk her home, and her grandfather would meet us. We used to cross the big street, the Grand Concourse, and then I walk her to the rest of the way, and then her grandfather would meet her right there. But her grandfather never spoke to me, never said a word to me. He won't say nothing, but he would just stay quiet as we walked. And then I asked her, I'm like, yo, why grandpops never talk to me? Like, yo, he don't rock with black dudes? She was like, yo, he got robbed and jumped by a couple of black dudes, and he didn't speak no English.
Right.
So he had no English, and he got jumped by 2 black dudes.
Right.
So his respect was to not say a word to me.
Right.
Rather than, he could have wilded out and be like, yo, get away.
Right.
He just said, yo, you know what? But he stayed in his box.
Right. His comfort zone, what he thought, what his PTSD told him, like what his defense was telling him.
But I wasn't mad at that though.
Right.
Because he didn't harm me. He didn't show hate towards me.
But you're a person of understanding. You stepped outside of yourself to understand why he feels that way.
No. That understanding didn't come till like 25 years later.
Oh, okay.
In 4th grade, I wanted to money. I wanted to rush him through the wall. Like, yo, I'm taking your granddaughter.
Right.
No. I didn't have to understand it back in the day. I just felt like, but it helped me understand, like, yo, some people might have PTSD on some real shit that went on in their life.
Right.
And you won't know.
Right.
That's their shit.
Right.
You won't know that's what affected them until you talk to them.
Right.
So you could vote for Trump. You could eat whatever food you like. You could date whoever you want. But unless I have that interaction with you, I'm not gonna go off the graph that they put on Fox or CNN. I'm not gonna go off whatever polls. I'm gonna talk to you
as an individual.
I'm gonna talk to you. Because if we gonna go back to full circle, there are a lot of Cubans and a lot of Latinos that are voting for Trump.
That's a fact. I drove through Miami Lakes and every single sign had a Donald Trump sign.
Or a lot of some black people that ain't rocking with Biden.
Right.
So that being said, right, you're not gonna have the access to talk to everybody about why they feel or why they do what they do, right? The only thing you can do is stand in this position of let everybody be everybody as long as it doesn't hinder somebody else.
Facts.
So I'm not gonna be able to talk to everybody that's different from me, my ideals, right? But if it hits me, if I'm approached by it, I'm in a good place to be able to listen and I see your opinion. Right. Or I see your difference. Right. All right, cool. Move on that way if it's not what I rock with.
Right.
I ain't mad at you.
Right.
Or come this way if you like. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't. But a lot of people, they be so full of hate. Full of hate for the other side. I'm like, your money, where's that real hate coming from? Like, where's that, like, what? It can't just be politics. Yeah. It can't just be that you don't like the tax bracket is changing your little demographic. Like, it's got to be deeper as shit. And then 2020 happened. And then they started pulling down the curtains on eyes.
That put the flashlight on everybody's. People had to, for the first time, sit with themselves and kind of like look within themselves. You know what I'm saying? My boy in Colombia, I had to talk with him, and he lives in Colombia. I'm talking to him about what he's going through with the pandemic and everything. And we're talking about, like, you know, Americans in this country, we're just taught capitalism to like search outside of ourselves for the next material thing. We don't really know as a people how to like look within ourselves and learn how to deal with ourselves. A lot of people can't sit with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, solitary confinement, they put people in a room and that's punishment. Right. You can't sit with yourself.
Ain't that some real shit right there, what you just saying? For you to be punished even more than you are by being incarcerated, right? We're gonna up it one, and we're gonna put you by yourself.
And you're gonna go crazy because you can't sit with your own thoughts. People don't know how to sit with themselves.
Can you imagine that, though? That's some. I never even thought about it till just now.
That's called punishment, sitting with yourself. How crazy is that when you think about it? Like, oh, we're gonna punish you, and you're gonna sit in a room by yourself. You know what it is? People can't sit by themselves, so they have to medicate. They have to grab a drink. They have to grab a blunt. They have to gamble. They need porn. Whatever it is.
That's why this quarantine is so ill for different people.
It's forcing people to look within themselves.
Because some people couldn't do it.
They suppressed their issues. Now they have to address it. Before they suppressed it with medication, whether it's however you choose to medicate. We all have our vices. I'm not judging anybody. But at one point, you're going to have to put the vices and the medication to the side and deal with that feeling and that need. Like, it's a real thing, bro.
Yo, like I said, I feel bad for anybody that couldn't find the silver lining at the end of this thing. Because first of all, there's no end right now immediately. We don't know.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel, bro.
We don't know exactly how, you know what I mean? You know, if you watch the news and you watch the media and you watch the graphs, you're going to feel like, oh, okay, it's cool to come outside today. Then you poke your head outside, boom, you done got hit with COVID. Now the numbers are up. So now you got to move to another state. Oh, all right, so this state is doing better. Oh, so it ain't, it's running rampant. We ain't got no control of it. We still got to kind of, let me tell you what happened to me the other day. This is how I know COVID is affecting my life in a way that I never, this girl was at my house, right? I had food poisoning. It didn't take effect until she got to my crib. So I didn't know that I was like, I didn't know I ate something bad. It didn't start affecting me till she's like, oh, I'm here. I'm like, all right. And now I'm like, yo, like, I'm like going through it, my dude.
Terrible timing. That sucks.
But I can't be shitting in front of this girl. Like I just started rocking with her. Like, and so like,
you can't display any symptoms to her at all.
And I'm not telling her the story at all, right? So what happens is I'm just like trying to keep it cool. I go to the bathroom. I sneak to the upstairs bathroom. Wherever she's at, I go to the opposite bathroom just to keep her away, right? And then we get into bed, and I'm laying there, and I guess I didn't purge enough because I kept the bathroom runs to a minimum, whatever. I'm laying in the bed. I'm in a full fever. Like I feel the heat on my body, my dude, because my body's trying to get rid of the whatever I ate, right? So I'm laying there. So normally the girl will like snuggle on me, hold me and shit like that. She felt my body heat and she like, in her brain, I know in her brain's like, this dude got COVID. So now she's hanging on the other edge of the bed, like not like I'm talking about like so far away from me. And then when she left in the middle of the night, said goodnight, right? She came over. I was aware that I'm like, oh, this chick think I got COVID. So she comes over. I'm laying there. She held my hand down so that I won't wake up and try to hug her. Yeah. She had my shit pinned down like the wrestler. Yeah. And then leaned in and kissed me on my cheek. I'm like, yo, I'm out. So I had to tell her, like, yo, I have food poisoning. I just didn't want to tell you. I'd rather you think I got COVID. Yeah. Then you think I got the shits all night. Yeah. So I didn't tell her nothing. But that's how COVID's messed up my dating shit. Like, damn. I would have told her. I would have told another girl. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd rather tell a girl I got the shits than COVID, bro.
Oh, I learned. Yeah. I'm going to start telling them.
Mom, I'm going to be honest with you.
You're my word.
I promise you I do not have COVID. I ate some crazy shit and I got to go charge it to the game.
They'd probably be happy to hear that. Like, yo, I'd rather you shit than...
She got a sigh of relief. Oh, thank God.
I ain't do
Thank
that.
God, he just got a shit. I'm not even turned off now.
I know. I should have told Shorty, but she bounced my. But I would have done the same thing though. You feel anybody that hot? Yeah. You know, son, I could feel it. Like I had my back turned to her, right? I could feel her, and I heard her say, "Yo, you are burning up," right? I'm thinking, I'm a hot dude. Like I mean, I'm. My body temperature. Yeah. No, I'm the same. It's always on high. Shake my hand in the cold temperature.
All the girls be like, "You so hot." Yeah.
I'm like that. I'm warm blooded for real, right? So I'm thinking, I'm trying to shrug off. She's like, "Oh, yo, you burning?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hot." Yeah. I'm laying there. I could just hear her slither away. Let me get away from this dude right here. This dude.
Damn, it sucks that everything is COVID. You can't get regular sick anymore. Right. Like you can't just have a regular stomach ache or a regular fever. Why can't it be a regular fever? People get fevers every day.
That's not happening. Yeah. That's not happening. Yeah. First of all, here's the other thing. Like, you go into a spot and they put that thermometer on you, like that's going to determine if you good or not. That don't do it. They said some people are asymptomatic. Yeah. So me being at 97 degrees don't mean I don't got it.
Facts. Half the people that are 97 degrees are probably walking in with that.
Right.
Like,
So, but you're good. All right.
Yeah.
Come into the strip club then.
I mean, I guess it could like alienate the people that have the symptoms, you know, to get them, keep them out.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? But you're right.
That's a good angle.
Yeah, you know, but
That's a good angle. We can't mitigate all of it, but we at least gonna stop the ones that with the signs. You know what I'm saying? With the blood leaking
you're
out
not
the
about
nose.
to. Yeah, you're not about to come in here like fucking sweating and
Got
shit,
you.
like ready to
That makes
gamble
sense.
at the Hard Rock and shit.
That makes sense.
That's wild, man. I got Gene Harding in here, comedian. How's the transition for you during this time, like during the COVID shit? Like,
This was some of the hardest things to go through for a comedian.
are you trying to like take your vibe like digital now, focus more online because since you can't travel and do shows?
You have no choice.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to compete, if you're trying to do this as a comedian, an actor, whatever, so that's what I do. Like I'm an actor too. Like I did a lot of stuff on. I was on Ballers. Anyway, just look me up. You know where I'm at.
Nah, talk your shit. We got to speak on your accolades so people know.
Well, I say it only to say that at some point in my life and in my career, things was smooth. Like I was getting cast for joints, and I drive down to Miami or fly wherever, and I did my joints, and so. That was fun. So for the budding actors and comedians, we knew the grind. We knew what we had to do. And then COVID came and just undercut everybody, right? So now it's a level playing field. And right now, the only major playing field is social media. So I used to hate social media. I gotta shake it off.
You know what I feel like too, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of comedians when they go on they go on the road and do their shows, they get away with being comfortable with the same set and they tell the same jokes in a lot of their shows. But with you having to go online now, you got to be constantly writing new material because you can't put the same. You do one post of a joke, you got to write some new shit for the next post. You can't like go to the next city.
Chopz, you being optimistic. Son.
Yeah,
you giving a lot of human beings hope. Nah.
Yeah.
Some dudes don't give a damn. Like they just telling the same shit all the time, every time. Those are those dudes. Yeah. So it being digital ain't gonna change. Like if that dude gets on any platform and does his jokes that murdered whatever, he'll go on a different social media platform, and so it don't matter. So it's not even a matter of what changed digitally.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Just like so. First of all, here's the thing. A lot of dudes going to do the same jokes because they practicing. So you're going to see some jokes because it don't get good. You
perfected it as it's gone, right.
So you don't get good until it's good. So you're going to do that. But, you know, some of the good ones are able to do those jokes, but every night's going to be different. Not necessarily like what they say, but just they know that the nuance of the audience is different.
Right.
So they could change an inflection on something. Some of the good ones,
like there's comedians that know how to audible, right?
No,
like
no
like
question.
it's like
no question called audible.
Right.
No
And there's a lot of comedians who don't know how to audible and they just go within their routine, even though they see signs.
They see the blitz coming, right? And they don't know, and they stay in that pocket, and they just think that their punchline is going to hit that end zone, and they get blacked out by a non-laughing or D-line.
Yeah. So how often, for someone like you, how often do you write new jokes and keep your stuff fresh? Or do you just kind of, because notice, like when I watched your set, it kind of felt like after you had your routine, and then after you did your routine, it felt like you were like, okay, there's rhythm in this crowd. I'm going to go into a different bag and just take jokes from my different bags and chest it out.
So I don't have a routine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
I didn't know what jokes I was going to talk about.
Okay.
But I'm at a comfortable place where I got a lot I could talk about that could be inspired by what's going on right now.
Got you.
So
that will inspire the audible that you call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like so, I already know. If I'm Tom Brady, you know what I mean, or I'm Peyton. Like I already know what my backup could do.
Okay.
So that's what made them great.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the blitz is gonna come,
right?
Or the screen is gonna come. Like different things are gonna happen, and you're not gonna. And so you still don't know the outcome. You still don't know the outcome because you could bet in Vegas all day. You're not gonna know exactly where that ball's gonna land. But you're gonna you trust that what you did before might. So that's what we do. Okay. We trust that what worked before might work now with a little sprinkle of a whole different change of plan, like a new thing. But it's still like we know.
So would you say like what is it like maybe like a little more than half is like something you've already done and it's mastered, and then every show maybe you sprinkle testing some new material and see how it goes?
Oh, well, it also depends on the show.
Oh, okay.
Like it depends on the show. Like if I'm booked for like a corporate gig and they see my work and they want me to do something, then I'm gonna go there with a set. I know what jokes I want to do. I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay.
A drive-in movie theater somewhere, people's honking their horns to let you know how they feel about you, Money. Yo, Money, if you ain't loose off the top, you're gonna get caught.
Damn.
You're gonna get up on that stage and try to do your shit.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like,
I feel like the trick is like, you know, like, for example, if you saw a Ford Focus in the crowd, it's gonna trigger you, about the story of the girl you picked up in the Ford Focus. And then you go that route.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of that can happen. Or you could just start making things. I said on that stage that night, I'm like, yo, I don't know if y'all laughing y'all enjoying this, or if y'all heckling. I never got heckled by a car horn before.
Right.
Because what I was trying to stop was if the people didn't like the show, they start being assholes and start honking the horn to annoy you and or shut you up from telling you.
Damn, I didn't even think of it that way.
So I had already approached that. I'm like, yo, let me just, because, you know, first of all, you sit in your car or your truck or wherever you at. So a lot of people was fucked up already. They was drunk. But you're not going to know that because you don't hear it.
Yep, you don't see it.
But they just sitting there, they smoking it, whatever, they chilling, they drunk. And so they like, so now those could be the worst hecklers in a regular comedy club. But now they ain't call, you can't tell.
Yeah.
So if you say something they don't like, and they just leaning on the horn, they don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. And I didn't want that. So I said, let me address them. And then I felt like, because you asked me earlier at the top of the podcast about how was I able to tell if they were laughing or enjoying it. And that's how I did it, because I said, yo, I never been heckled by horns before. And then I knew that they were like waiting to hear what you had to say. Then they honked in response.
Gotcha.
It was dope, man. That was one of the dopest shows, man.
So how do you know when it's right to test out like new material? Is it you just kind of
know, homie?
Okay, you just
never know. You better just swing that bat.
Yeah.
Man. You better step out there and swing that bat, and it's gonna come at a cost. I've been on stage. I did a show one time. Russell Peters was in the green room. He had the 8 o'clock show, and then there was a 10 o'clock hood show that happened, right? So Russell Peters came through, murdered his shit. I'm in the green room with him because I was going to be the feature for the 10 o'clock hood show, right? And so me and him talking, we had a dope time. And Russell Peters he's another dope celebrity. And then we get that shit off. Now they call me up for the second show. Russell stayed because we got so cool. He stayed and watched my set. I got on that stage and I was trying new shit. Like I had just written it that day, but it was my birthday. So I was a little twisted. So then I got on the stage, twisted, and I tried my new shit. And that hood looked at me like, yo, if you don't get your ass out of here.
Damn.
When I got off the stage, Russell looked at me like, yo, what happened to the dude I met in the green room?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, what happened to him?
Damn.
Yeah. So
it's like, I guess you just swing the bat. If it doesn't work, just go right to one of your big jokes that you know is going to work right after and just move forward.
And so that's what happens. And so that's what the experience does. So that happened years ago when I didn't have an arsenal to go in. You know, I ain't have a bag back then. Be like, yo, let me just hit him with some, or at least I didn't have enough, or at least I didn't have the confidence to go back into the bag and pull something else to save it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't have.
You were affected too much by the failure of it not working. By the failure of that
joint right there, that I thought everything I was going to do was going to be a failure. So I never saved myself from that, and I bombed, and I had to take that L. But now I got years. It's going to be hard for you to see like a Dave Chappelle or Jerry Seinfeld or Kevin Hart bomb, Chris Rock. It's going to be close to impossible to see them bomb at this level, because even their bombing might just be them like feeling they ain't get the response that they used to, but it's not going to be because they didn't know how to. They at a level now where there ain't nothing that can happen in an audience that they can't pull out of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Miami on the Rocks. I'm here. Gene Harding. The middle of the quarantine, middle of the pandemic. At least sports came back, bro. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen with foot.
But did it?
Yeah, it's kind of like halfway, right?
Yo, sound like
just a tip.
I ain't been able to get fully invested, man, because I don't even.
The rules are different now. It's like we're playing basketball in the middle of August. Like, I'm not used to that. Like this.
And they full on going through like playoffs. I'm like, yo, playoffs. We ain't see half the year. Like what?
I'm not counting this season, bro. I don't even count it. This is just something thrown together. Like
how is that affecting their pay though? By the way, are they getting prorated?
That's a good question. I have no idea. All I know is they're in a bubble and it's like a campus that they can't leave. They can't even have groupies in. They can't sneak groupies in.
I heard, didn't somebody get jumped off the team because
I think it was Lou Williams went to the strip club in Atlanta. Yo, Lou, so you're not allowed to leave. If you leave, you have to quarantine for 14 days before you could come back in the bubble where everyone's at, right? So my man left, and there was like a rapper, I don't know the rapper's name, a famous rapper in the strip club in Atlanta posting a video with Lou Williams, I believe his name was. And that was like he snitched on him in that video. So like, oh, he's out of the bubble, boom, boom, boom. And I think he got suspended. He had the quarantine and all that.
Oh, man.
But you can't even bring groupies in, bro. It's tough. Like,
how you gonna be able to play basketball without groupies?
Like that's they got to quarantine for like 14 days if they want to come in. There can't be
groupies are the backbone of this country. We do what
they make
we
the
do.
world go round,
man.
Bro.
Oh man, they can make you feel special on those lonely nights.
Like, bro, all those shots that Steph Curry makes, that's like his side chick making that happen.
Nah, that one, I don't know. I feel like, what's her name, Aisha? That's his wife's name, Aisha? Yeah, I feel like she keeps him on check.
You think so? I think she might be. I don't know. Because what is all that like stuff that leaked? I think it was a couple years ago where like it made her look prude. I think she went on a show and said that, damn, what did she say? But like people were like, it wasn't a good look for her.
All right, I think I know what you're talking about, but what it didn't do was make her look prude. So if that's what you're saying, it might be something different. But she got on and she said how now that she's with Steph, she misses dudes hollering at her.
But and talk about the way she dresses, because she dresses like a, like a
mom.
Yeah. Like an old lady mom. Like, still go to your man's games and still kind of have a little, like, yeah, it's my girl. Like, you know what I mean? She kind of look. So girls were coming at her, taking shots at her. So, like, I want my girl to be a mom, but I still want her to have that, like.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. But I'm sure Steph is perfectly fine with how she get down. Because a lot of them chicks are so loose out there, B, that she just was, he got
a side chick for sure. I think so. I think Steph Curry got a side chick.
See, but side chick comes with a lot of investment. Look like,
or he's got a girl in a couple cities.
Maybe that. But I don't think there's one other chick that's holding him down.
Oh no,
emotionally. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's that at all.
Got a couple pops in different.
That's
cities.
why I ain't mad at Robert Kraft going to that little $69 joint, man. Like let the dude live, son. Everybody mad at him. He was a billionaire. Yo, listen, for $69, you can forget about your life for a second, and I don't got to talk to this chick for another. Come on, man. I wish I knew where he went.
Yo, I got Gene Harding in here, bro. Please let the people know where they can follow you, find you.
Yeah, you can find me on social media, Instagram. Like, I got lucky. So Instagram, I signed on as soon as it opened. So it's Gene Harding. You got my name. I ain't got to do much. But like I got my homeboy who, his Instagram is @Lenny.
Damn.
Lenny. Like he must have been like the third dude ever to sign up. So I got lucky. So Gene Harding is my joint. If you go on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Tinder, it's just going to be Gene Harding. Just look that up. GENE Harding. You can go to GeneHardingNow.com.
How's your Tinder game?
I just got back on it and it is trash because I'm swiping right for everybody, and then whoever likes me, now I'm all scrutinizing like, oh, I didn't mean for you.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Yeah, I ain't doing well at all.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming through, bro. The door's always open.
I bet.
Definitely a vibe. And do you have any planned shows coming up, or what's in the works?
I'm doing the Miami Improv on the patio every Tuesday with Cisco Duran. Fools of Comedy. We doing this every Tuesday.
Dope.
And that's it. That's the only thing we got for now for comedy. Wow.
Dope. Check out Gene Harding. Check out Cisco Duran every Tuesday. Miami Improv at the Patio. Appreciate you coming through, my bro.
My dude.
Love.